All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on modern AI. We're talking about the actual architecture inside tools like ChatGPT, and we're going to make it make sense.
You've probably heard the term black box thrown around when people talk about AI, right? It's this idea that you put a question in, something magical happens, and an answer pops out. But you're left wondering, what is actually going on in there?
Well, here's the big secret. It's not a box at all. It's more like a building, a really complex, impressive building with 5 core pillars that once you see the layout, you'll totally get it. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We are handing you the architectural plans. So think of this as your all-access behind-the-scenes tour. Go ahead and grab a hard hat. Our tour starts right now. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the overall AI blueprint. Then, we'll head down to the basement to check out the language engine. After that, we'll explore the floors for knowledge and creativity, then go up to the command center to see action and autonomy. And finally, we'll step back and see how it all works together as one living ecosystem. So, let's start with that big picture, the AI blueprint. Everything we're going to see today is built on 5 core pillars. These are the foundational structures that give modern AI all of its incredible power. Our first stop, and maybe the most important one, is the very foundation of the entire building. This is the power plant, the communications hub. It's the language engine. You probably know it as large language models, or LLMs. So what exactly is an LLM? Just think of it as the building's central comms system. It's the engine that listens to you, that understands what you're asking, and that generates text that sounds, well, human. It's the translator for this whole operation. Now, how does this engine actually work? You'll hear these fancy terms like transformer architecture or attention mechanism. Look, you don't need to be an engineer to get this. Just know that these are the breakthrough technologies that let the AI figure out which words in your sentence are the most important. It's how it gets the context, and it's what makes it feel so smart. All right, we've seen the communication system. Now let's head upstairs to the floors where all the thinking happens. This is where we find our next 2 pillars, knowledge and creativity, powered by something called RAG and, of course, generative AI. First up, RAG. The easiest way to think about this is to imagine our AI building has a library, a massive, perfectly indexed library connected to pretty much every reliable document on the planet. That's RAG. Its job isn't to invent things. Its job is to retrieve cold hard facts to make sure the AI's answers are grounded in reality. Now, right next door to that quiet library, you've got the total opposite, a bustling creative studio. This is generative AI. This is the building's imagination. It's not looking things up. It's looking at all the data it's learned and using those patterns to create something totally new. An image, a poem, a piece of code, you name it. And this really nails the difference, doesn't it? RAG is the librarian, digging through its vector databases to find you an existing truth. Generative AI is the artist in the studio, using cool tech like diffusion models to paint a picture that's never been seen before. One finds, the other creates. Okay, our tour is now heading up to the executive suites. This is where all that understanding and creativity gets turned into actual action. And here we meet our last 2 pillars, AI agents, and the really exciting one, Agentic AI. So let's start with AI agents. These are the doers. They're the skilled workers in our building. You give them a clear set of instructions, a plan, and they just get it done. Whether it's booking a flight or analyzing a spreadsheet, they can follow complex, multi-step tasks. They are the hands of the operation. But wait, who makes the plan in the first place? Ah, that would be Agentic AI. This is the thinker, the strategist in the corner office. It doesn't just follow a list of tasks. It looks at a big goal, makes its own plan, makes decisions, and this is the crazy part. It can even self-correct if things go wrong. So here's the absolute key takeaway. An AI agent is all about the how. How do I complete this checklist? But Agentic AI is about the what and the why. What's the best way to achieve this goal, and why is this the right plan? You see the difference? One follows the blueprint, the other one is the architect. It's a huge leap. Phew, okay, we visited all 5 pillars. We've seen the comms room, the library, the art studio, and the executive suite. Now, for the real magic. Let's see how this stops being a building and starts becoming a living, breathing ecosystem. So let's watch it in action. Say you ask it to create a presentation on recent market trends. Step 1. The LLM understands the natural language of your request. Step 2. RAG goes into the library and researches, pulling up the latest, most accurate reports. Step 3. The Agentic AI strategizes, deciding on the best structure for the presentation. Step 4. An AI agent executes that plan, pulling the data using its tools. And finally, Step 5. Generative AI creates the actual slides, the summary text, maybe even some custom images. See? It's like a perfectly coordinated team.
And that's the whole point. These pillars aren't just separate rooms in a building. They are completely interlocked. They work together to create a single, cohesive system that can actually understand, reason, create, and act on your behalf.
And this is why this is such a game changer. It means AI is transforming from just being a simple tool like a calculator into a genuine collaborative partner. It's something that can work with you to solve complex problems. So there you have it. You've seen the blueprint. You know the layout of the building, from the foundational engine all the way up to the strategic penthouse. The only real question left is, now that we know how it works, what are we all going to choose to build with it?